It is a frosty night in Canada's largest city. An extreme cold weather alert is in place in Toronto, and a huge mass of Arctic air is shifting south once again. It's covering the eastern half of the continent. Couple that with a band of moist air, and it's created a wallop of a winter storm. There are blizzard warnings in effect from Washington all the way up to Nova Scotia. Eric Sorensen is at the heart of the snow in the U.S. capital.
Call this storm the Polar Express, sweeping over the U.S. again.
Or you'll see these delays starting inbound.
Chicago was shivering, the cars were shimmying.
Oh, get this?
It dropped below minus 25 in Minnesota. And deja vu in Indiana, where the interstate highways were closed just like they were 2 weeks ago. Moving east, moisture rendezvoused with the cold air to create blinding blizzards.
Terrible, treacherous, really bad.
A year of record cold and unrelenting winter has pushed propane supplies low and prices high in more than 20 states.
We don't know if we're getting it, and all the propane companies are kind of in the same boat.
And once again, thousands of flights have been canceled.
Oh my goodness, I am so tired of the snow!
In New York, they were preparing to put hundreds of salt trucks and plows on the roads. It's not as wintry as Canada, but with tens of millions of people affected, big cities here can't easily cope.
Everyone remembers how frigidly cold it was during the last storm. This could be even a bit colder.
In every community, the same message of caution.
This is one to be very, very careful about.
Encourage people, if they can, stay off those roads.
In the mid-Atlantic states,
the biggest storm we've seen since the storm in 2011.
This is what Washington looked like yesterday. By this morning, the transformation from White House to White Out was well underway. There's always the upside. Thousands of classes were canceled, ponds were skate-worthy. But it is the winter with no end in sight. How's New Yorker Muriel Reich holding up?
Very badly, but I love the snow.
And for that, Muriel gets to be an honorary Canadian. For real Canadians, though, what's walloping Washington and much of the eastern seaboard right now is headed to, of course, the Maritimes tomorrow. Donna?
All right, Eric Sorensen. Keeping warm in Washington, thanks. Atlantic Canada may, as Eric said, get the worst of the snow, but central Canada is feeling intense cold. It dipped to minus 21 today in Toronto. Meteorologists say the Arctic air will stick around for a while.
My sense is don't expect any kind of improvement till at least we get to Groundhog Day, and that's about 2 weeks away.
And if you find yourself freezing in Ottawa, look for one of these. Someone has wrapped scarves around these statues next to the National War Memorial. The note attached says, "I am not lost. If you are stuck out in the cold, take this scarf to keep warm."